In this tutorial, we'll introduce the basic steps for reading an Excel spreadsheet using FME. If you have a copy of Microsoft Excel available, open the Weather Data 2009 spreadsheet. You'll find that it contains a single worksheet titled Weather Data 2009 and includes information such as precipitation, lat-long, date submitted, and values by month. We will use this dataset to understand how a number of parameters can be set through FME's Excel Reader. Start FME Workbench with a new workspace. Add a Microsoft Excel Reader to the canvas and select Weather Data 2009 as the source dataset. Open the Reader Parameters dialog box to set how the spreadsheet will read into the workspace. From this dialog, you can interact with settings for Sheets to read, preview the data as it will be imported, and set how attribute types will be formatted and displayed. The Sheets to read panel is used to define which worksheet will be read from the spreadsheet. Simply select the checkbox for the data that you wish to read. It's important to note that multiple worksheets can be read simultaneously by selecting more than one checkbox. Each checkbox selected will place a new object on the canvas. Since there's only one worksheet in the sample spreadsheet, it's selected by default. The same panel also lets you define where to start reading the data from the worksheet by selecting the row that will be used for field names and the cell ranges that will be used for the data. The first few rows of the selected worksheet will appear in the Preview panel. Any changes made in the Sheets to Read panel, such as modifying the cell ranges to read, will be reflected here. Attribute names, otherwise known as column names, are always displayed in bold text. Changes to attribute formatting can be made through the Attributes panel. FME will automatically assign data types to attributes as they are read. However, each of the attribute types can also be set manually. FME attempts to create point geometry for features or rows that appear to reference a coordinate system. Attributes or columns with names such as XY or lat-long are examples where FME will attempt to build feature geometry. Coordinates can also be set manually through the use of the X-coordinate and Y-coordinate data types. FME will read data that are formatted as a date type and convert them to an FME date string. Be aware that this conversion will produce different output from the original and may require additional steps in your workflow. Verify that the attributes are set correctly and that all of the attributes exposed checkboxes are selected. Click OK to add the reader to the canvas.